What is going on, guys? John here from Cooking with John. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I have a special video for you today. We're gonna see this one through and see what happens. I've got wild boar steak here. I'm gonna be slow roasting it in the oven in a white wine rosemary thyme sauce with some potatoes, but I'm gonna go low and slow today. I've already done this twice. I've cooked 2 steaks of boar. They both come out hard as a rock. So you guys haven't seen videos the last couple weeks, and I really do apologize. A lot of you have been asking me what's going on via my other social media accounts, and like I said, one of those boar steaks came out so hard I think I could have knocked somebody out with it. It was just tough as nails. So we're gonna be taking this, we're gonna be putting rosemary on it, a little bit of fresh thyme, and a Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand, and that should be absolutely delicious. And like I said, we'll throw it in the oven low and slow, about 140 degrees, 160 degrees today for 2, 3, 4 hours. And I will constantly be checking this every hour to see how it is coming along. Boar meat is notoriously hard to cook because it's very thick, it's very tough. You have to really soften it up when you cook it, and I've been unable to do that thus far. So hopefully today is different. But let's get started. We're gonna take a handful of fresh rosemary, and we're basically gonna cover the entire piece of meat, both top and bottom. This flavor in particular can really penetrate this tough boar skin, so it's going to lead to it tasting very, very, very good. And don't be afraid to throw a ton on there. And then we have fresh thyme. Again, same thing, we're just top and bottom of the boar steak. We'll put this in, we'll take it out once it's done cooking. This stuff it's edible, but it's very hard to chew. So we'll go like that, we'll throw all that on there. And then we're gonna take a Kim Crawford Sauvignon Blanc. It's a very dry white wine. And we're gonna go ahead and just cover the bottom of the pan. I actually have 2 bottles here, and part of the only reason I have a second bottle is because I've done this twice already, so I've had to use a lot of wine. I'm gonna cover this up with tin foil. Very, very simple dish to prepare. Very, very, very hard to cook. So the boar has gone in the oven. It'll be in there for at least 2 to 3 hours at 140 degrees. Near the end, I'll turn it up, so we'll kick the internal meat of the temperature up just a little bit, but hopefully it comes out tasting delicious. Remember, low and slow. All right, so the boar's been in for about 2.5 hours. We're just gonna pull this off and take a look at it. As you can see, it's really shriveled up in that juice. So I'm gonna check the internal temperature. It's not quite as hard as it was last time. It seems like it's still tender on the inside, but it's getting pretty close to being done. So we'll let these boil for 20 minutes with a little bit of butter and a little bit of parsley flakes, and then we will try some boar. And these are what your potatoes will look like when they are about done. And one good way to test this out is take a fork and just stab that potato. See how soft it is. You want them to be relatively soft. They're not quite done, so I'm gonna go another 3 or 4 minutes here. So here is the final product. The boar steak actually shrank to about 1/3 of the size of its was, and the potatoes are done. Let's go ahead and give it a try. So it's still relatively tough, but it's not nearly as tough as the last 2 times that I cooked it. I put my oven on like the lowest temperature, which is 140 degrees, and cooked it for 3.5 hours. So I don't really know how I can do this differently, but it's edible, it's delicious. It's just it's a little tough. It's pretty dang good though. Way better than the last 2 times that I ate it. I could actually chew that and swallow it. So I don't know if you guys ever come across wild boar, but take time in cooking it really slow, low temperatures, a few hours. This was 3.5 hours at 140 degrees. I kicked it up to 200 degrees for about 15 minutes right at the end before I took it out. And the potatoes, absolutely delicious. A little bit of butter, a little bit of parsley flakes, 20 minutes, you boil these little potatoes. They are so good. But this is an interesting meat. One of the most interesting meats I think I've ever cooked. Wild boar. It's very, very good. It's very, very hard to cook. So as always, guys, thanks for watching.
cooking with John. I really, really appreciate that. If you are an avid sportsman, a butcher, you cook a lot of wild boar, you know anything about it, please comment below and let me know how you would prepare it. A nice little steak like this, because I would like to know, just for a future reference, you know, how can I really make it a lot better and soften up that meat? I don't know if I need to soak it in something for a few days beforehand, but you know, it tastes absolutely fine like this. Again, it is just a little bit tough. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm John. Please give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and we'll see you next time with more cooking